And we are back with a Getting Clicks edition of the Doing All Right podcast here on this lovely Monday, Brian Broaddus. Man, I appreciate you, sir, sitting over on your side of the mothership there. I'm in the Iron Throne here. Lovely Monday. We got 5 players for you today. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. I also got a question that I want to ask Brian, and it's kind of reflective of some of the guys that we're going to be watching this week. So got some good for Mr. Broaddus there. Brian Broaddus.
Yeah.
I feel like, let's just say I work for like Fox Sports or something, right?
Okay.
Let's say I was a writer and a potter.
All right.
And I go do TV sometimes. You know?
All right. Sounds like a good gig.
Well, they pay some money, though.
Yeah.
They pay some money over there. Brian, say I was running low on clicks.
Yeah.
If it's me. I'm just running low on clicks. I may not have sources in Dallas like Brian Broaddus got sources in Dallas. Let's say I don't have sources in Dallas like Nick Harris and them, like, you know, Zach Woodchuck, or just whoever, right? But if I'm a national media guy and I got to stir things up, the one thing that will not give me clicks is like talking about Jacksonville or something.
Sure.
I won't get clicks talking about Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You feel me? They just nobody cares, but Jacksonville people. If I talk about, hey, your Vegas got the number 1 overall pick, Brian. Nobody cares about me talking about Vegas for real, Brian. Nobody cares. You can stir some shit up talking about the Cowboys, though.
Can.
You can stir some shit up. And it's interesting because all it takes is a couple of text messages to get to the bottom of something.
Sure.
But how I used to handle things, right, when I wasn't as close to the inside,
Right.
is if I hear national media say something, polarizing opinion about the Cowboys doing anything, I'll go find Todd Archer. I'll go find Nick Harris. I'll go find like Pat No-C Walker. So just anybody that's like that covered the team for real, for real. It was like Gelkin back then. I'll go find Jane. You know what I mean? And if nobody retweeting nothing, ain't nobody saying nothing, ain't nobody liking your post. Because the first thing that they gonna do, this is what I've learned now that I'm in the chair. What I've learned is when a big national report come out, the first thing they do is start, hey man, what you think about what the business is?
Yeah.
They start hitting their respective group chats and shit.
Yeah.
And people start, you know what I mean? So now I've gotten to a point, Brian, when I hear national people talk about Cowboys and trades and shit, I hit one of these now, Brian.
Yeah.
I hit one of these.
Oh, brother Phil.
And they do a great job covering their ass, Brian, because they be like, well, I mean, I believe the Cowboys could trade up to, they say some shit like that.
Sure.
Oh, well, shit, if I were the Cowboys, I'd be, I got somebody, I actually talked to someone close to the organization and they said, Brian, the lady that take our ID at the front is somebody close to the organization. You know what I mean?
She deals with the players every day.
Buddy that hit the vacuum is close to the organization.
He's in the war room at times.
A fan at the pro shop walking around the star is close to the organization. Brian,
Yeah.
I feel like you can make up anything.
You can.
I feel like you can make up anything.
Yeah.
The recent report is that the Cowboys, not even report,
Yeah.
the recent talking abouts on social medias, right, is the idea that the Cowboys could trade, I'll just say up. I don't know what the compensation is, but trading up to 3rd overall to get David Bailey. Specifically, the name is specifically attached, which makes me even more curious.
Right.
Oh, somebody from inside the organization told you a name too?
Yeah.
Brian, have you heard anything? I'll entertain the people. We ain't doing nothing else. Brian, have you heard anything about the Cowboys trading up to the 3rd overall pick to get David Bailey, defensive end from Texas Tech?
Yeah. And first off, too, I love the way you open this one because it reminds me of what Sean Payton told me a long time ago about working in this organization. They know your name in China when you work in this organization. So you're worldwide when you work for the Dallas Cowboys. So it does get clicks. It does get mentions. It does draw attention to detail. This is the thing. Let me ask you this, if I could play this game with you.
For sure.
And I'm going to answer your question. If you were working on the inside of the organization, you're a guy that's working in the scouting department, front office and all that, and you constantly had a guy like me every time that one of these came out asking you a question, how would you feel?
I get sick of you. Probably.
Yeah.
I get sick of you. I wouldn't be the type of person that goes, what, people want to talk to me?
Yeah.
People want people want to hear from me.
Right, right.
I'd be like, ugh, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I'm fortunate because I had 14 years in that organization, worked with people.
They're actually your friends.
They're actually my friends. So, but there's a time that comes about where when I ask one of these questions, that I cringe when I type it,
because you can feel them throwing up in their mouth.
I could feel the new line for me, the in 2026, my new tagline for my conversations.
News to me.
News to me.
I love news to me. Yeah.
News to me that's their way of answering my questions. Yeah. Like when I say, hey, and I'll screenshot whoever said what they said, and I'll say, hey, tell me. And then I'll get back, news to me.
Yeah.
Or you'll get an answer to your question. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I would feel like that, I feel like I'm wearing them out in ways, and I try and pick and choose, even though I have relationships with these people. Yeah. There's some things you need to run down. Yeah. There's some things you absolutely need to run down. Yeah. This is very clickbaity. Yeah. I think Dallas is talking about going up.
Of course they are.
I don't know if they're talking about going to 3. Sure. So you get the line. It's news to me.
I think 6, 9, and 11 are fair.
I think they're absolutely all in play.
Yeah.
I do. I think that, to me, listen, we're gonna, the closer that we get, and we're getting close. The closer we get, we are going to start to figure out that going up might be worth it if you want to assure who you're going to get. If you want to play that game of, and we need to figure out about downs. You and I in our pre-show meeting, we're talking about downs. Yeah. And we need to figure out what teams really, really think about downs, because media scouts love downs. Love downs. Mm-hmm. Love to say, well, he's top 2, 3 player on my board, and I would absolutely take him if he was there, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But maybe teams don't have him as high on their board because of the position, and maybe there's some things they don't like. Maybe they don't think he covers all that great. But media scouts are all about downs. Downs might be a guy that if you sit there, this is the gamble you're going to have to take at 12, I believe. If you start eliminating guys, if you start eliminating Bain, and you start eliminating McCoy, it's 2 defensive players. Where are the offensive players to make up for that?
Yeah.
There's a side of me that believes that if you sit there at 12 and the guys like Downs are not there and you don't want to take McCoy or Bain if they're there, that Messidor might be the pick at 12. There's a side of me that really believes that.
Because Messidor, if you get a clean bill of health on the feet,
which we feel like that we have, talking to people around the league.
And you only looking at film.
And you're only looking at film.
Brian, if somebody wanted to argue with me that Messidor's film is better than Bain's, I wouldn't fight him.
Right.
Messidor got incredible film.
There's people that I've talked to, scouts, that think that Messidor's film, or he played better than Bain.
And Bain has the weird measurable issue for people.
Yeah.
Now, some people don't particularly care about the size and the arm length and the stuff, right?
Right.
But Messidor, from a measurable perspective, fits you nicely. Fits you,
but you mentioned the feet and the age.
Yeah.
That's the issue right there.
Yeah.
But I think if Dallas were to sit there and just let this thing ride, and listen, we could talk about these corners at that spot too. If Delane's gone and you don't take McCoy, do you want to take Terrell at 4.6? I don't think he plays at 4.6, but he's in our window. He's in my window.
Yeah.
And so maybe he's outside of their window.
Sure.
But I think Messidor would be inside their window.
I don't even think the Cowboys are considering corner as an emergency like that.
I don't either.
I think they consider pass rush and linebacker much more.
I do. Had a question this morning, and I'll ask you if I could.
Please.
Gentleman asked me on Twitter, asked at Crown Global Media. Yeah. Thank you. Because you then asked me at Brian Broaddus, because that seems to be like, we're sending rockets into space, but we can't fix my Twitter. That kind of thing.
One's a rocket in space.
Yeah, we're happy to send rockets into damn space and figure out how to go live in Mars Well, I'll be scouting in Mars one day.
They're going back to the moon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're going back to the moon. This question I was asked, what position would you double dip?
Yeah.
And there was a side of me that initially thought I would double dip the edges.
Mm-hmm.
I think I changed that to linebacker.
Double dip linebacker?
Double dip linebacker.
But
even though I feel like there's probably, I don't feel like this team has linebackers.
Mm-hmm. Correct. I would double dip at linebacker because I don't trust Overshown all that much.
That's my problem.
And I'm not.
But do you trust these corners?
So I'll get there, right?
Okay.
I'm not considering the edges as linebackers.
Yeah.
I'm considering them as edges.
Right.
So I'm not saying like, oh, you can draft David Bailey and C.J. Allen, and that's two linebackers. No, that's an edge and linebacker to me.
Yeah.
So when you say two linebackers, two off-ball linebackers to me.
Yeah.
I don't trust Overshown like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either.
He hadn't played a healthy season yet. I think this is contract year, I believe.
Yeah.
Like time is flying for him. Yeah. So I wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't think the Cowboys would, though. I think the Cowboys want to spread the waters a little bit with these first two picks.
Well, it was just a double dip question.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think double dipping at pass rush actually makes sense because
it does.
Because they missed out on so many pass rushers.
It does.
In free agency.
Did you feel like they missed out at linebacker too?
They definitely did. I think they have in the league already playing for linebacker.
Yeah.
But just looking at the board, how it kind of lays out or whatever, man.
Man, you don't trust any of these linebackers, do you?
No, that ain't true. That ain't true. See,
you trust them you trust them more at 20 than you do
Cowboys linebackers are like the draft kids.
Draft kids.
Man, we just ain't got second round picks, which is tough.
See, there you go, because I was talking to scouts this weekend, and they've got these guys like Hill and Rodriguez and Allen all in the 40s.
Yeah.
They don't have them at 20.
They've
got them all at 35, 38, 40, 42.
That's going to be an issue. Like it's probably going to be a run on linebackers, and it's going to wipe the shit out you.
Yeah.
But even to that case, I like Jay Golday. I like Torian York. I like Keyshawn Elliott. Red Murdoch will be pushing it a bit because he's not going to cover for you. But I think the Cowboys are probably going to be a lot more urgent. And actually, they're probably waiting till after the draft anyway.
Yeah.
Because if you get Sonny Styles, they might just roll with Sonny Styles.
Right.
But if they get wiped out in the draft, like they got wiped out at wide receiver last year, and it forces them to be aggressive.
Force them to go get somebody.
I think they'll find the linebacker if they're forced to be aggressive in that way.
Fachi, this is why I like the Cleveland trade. Yeah. This is why I like the Cleveland trade. Because I feel like go get my guy at 6.
Yeah.
And if I had a shot at 39, I think I could get me one of these linebackers.
You can get one of these linebackers at 39.
And I think I would feel really good about that.
And the dudes you get at 20 and 39 are comparable.
Yeah.
They're very close.
I mean, listen, I was talking to somebody at Texas Tech about Rodriguez, and I was saying, hey, you guys got any feel who's looking at this guy? You got any feel who's might, just to kind of.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we kind of have some ideas, but nothing concrete. And I go, okay, cool. Like, where do you think he gets picked?
What does Voch think?
No, I asked the guy, where does he get picked?
Okay.
And this coach told me he goes second round. Well, then I had to think second round he might be the 21st player on your board. So he really is a second round grade.
Sure.
But then I had to ask, second round? And they was, second round.
Yeah.
That's the feeling that they have. Even though they would like for him to probably go late 1.
Yeah.
And he very well could go late 1.
Yeah.
But is that, okay, from where you have him on your board?
I like Rodriguez a lot, Brian. But.
You like him at 20?
No, sir.
Okay.
I like third round guys a lot.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite wide receivers in the third round.
Yeah.
I got quarterbacks I like in the third round, Brian. I got some pass rushers. I got Max Llewellyn and Harold Perkins in the third round.
Yeah.
You hear how excited I am about those guys.
Yeah.
I can get Josh Joseph in the third round. Like, I could be excited about a player.
Yeah.
But in real life, because of traits, measurables, all this, the film good.
Yeah.
Film good. Bud Clark got incredible film. Halsey and Kyle Lewis got incredible. This ain't me fighting you.
I know you're not. I never take it that. No, I never take it that way.
But the idea that people just are appalled that I won't take Jacob Rodriguez at 20.
They're all over you about that?
It's starting to wear down on me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Voch, some people say they'll take him at 12, Brian.
Yeah.
Some people say they'll take him. Put me on phone. Some people say they'll take him at 12, Brian. Jacob Rodriguez from Tech.
Yeah.
And I got him on my board. I got to hit Control Find to find him. Rodriguez. Yeah. Brian, he's like, in my third round grades, he's like 57.
Yeah.
He's 57.
Yeah.
Overshown win the third round in his draft. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I loved Overshown in college.
Yeah.
I like Jacob Rodriguez, man. But as far as linebackers go, he's my linebacker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Yeah.
But ain't nothing wrong with being linebacker 7. Because I love my linebacker 8 and 9 too.
I'll tell you what, though, I think you got some linebacker credibility because you were all over Schlesinger.
Hey, Schlesinger, bad boy.
I mean, you were all over that last year.
But people think just because you got a third round grade on them and they go out and be great in the league.
Yeah.
Voch, you said you had a third round. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I still do.
Yeah.
I still do. He's not Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
He ain't Bobby Wagner. Yeah. He ain't Sean Lee with 2 good knees. But he's good though.
Yeah.
I'll take him in the third. And he might start. If you draft him, he might start for us. And I'll be like, ooh, shit. But boy, I can't put him over some other names that I just like. Yeah. I'm blown away. Like, just my linebackers real fast. Reese, Styles, Allen, Golday, Trotter, Hill. I like all those guys more.
Yeah, I can see why.
Y'all know how nice Trotter is? Why don't y'all say Trotter at 20? I could have a presidential debate about Trotter versus Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I pick Trotter and whoop you with him. I could do that.
Yeah.
It ain't a knock because you got somebody in the third.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a knock. Y'all just like him more than me. Knock yourself out. If we was both drafting, I picked the team and you picked the team, and we was drafting, and you walk away with Jacob Rodriguez at 20, but I can get like, what's my man? I can get Jordan Tyson or something.
Yeah.
The value's different.
Yeah.
The value's different.
Yeah.
But and look, Cowboys defense suck. I get it. And Brian set me up for this shit. Look, the Cowboys defense suck, man. It was terrible. I get it, bro. I get it, man. It's terrible. The Cowboy defense so terrible. So trash. Damn, Flus. You can't. Damn, boy. Flus. But come on, man. Like, I put these guys in order for a reason.
Yeah. You stack them for a reason.
I stack them for a reason.
You do.
I think I can find a lot of linebackers that can do what Jacob Rodriguez does.
Yeah.
I can find plenty of them.
Yeah.
Brian, how many of these guys got range like Wheatley do?
Yeah.
How many of these guys can cover better than like Terrell or something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or do what Messidor do. Man, I got a whole list of dudes I'd rather have at 20 over Rodriguez. That don't mean Rodriguez suck.
Just means you got guys stacked better.
And I ain't got a second round pick this year, so that make it even worse for y'all. If I had a pick at the back of the second round, you could talk me into Rodriguez right there. You could talk me into Rodriguez. Actually, hold on. What I said my grade on him was? So look, so y'all know 50, the grade.
You said what, 57?
Yeah, so y'all know the grade system.
Right.
Like, you could be a second round graded player, but if you only got 13 first round grades, some of your seconds going to end up in the first.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, if you got 15 first round grades, 16, 17, 18, that starts your second round.
Brian, so if I got a second round pick, I got Rodriguez as my 57th player. I'll take him in the second round.
Yeah. That's the second round.
That's the second round.
Yeah.
But you crazy if you think at 20?
Yeah.
I like Rodriguez. Look, Brian, they gonna take this whole shit and be like, Voch don't like Rodriguez. After I said
no.
After I said it 12 times, I love
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
You're gonna get clipped. Get ready. You're gonna get clipped.
All right.
I speaking of, I got called out the other day for one. Mm-hmm. Before we get to our players,
yeah.
I got called out on one. I said on our show that I would take Lewis at 39.
I would too.
And a listener actually called me out and he says, well, then why do you have him in the third round?
That's just how his boy stands. That's how his boy.
But you know what? Mm-hmm. He's not wrong.
That's how his boy went.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's one of those times where you look at, when you go back and you stack your board for the final time, there are going to be, and you and Aisha and Zach, we're going to try and put together a stack of 100, see what we get. And I guarantee there's going to be an argument about Rodriguez.
And mind you, then,
but I'm just saying that because of Zach.
And I'll be fighting Zach.
And you'll be fighting Zach, which would be cool. But that listener viewer is not wrong. You know, if I'm willing to say, well, I would take Lewis, the linebacker from Pitt, at 39. Well, I need to make sure that he's in that spot to take him. I don't need to be putting him in the third round.
Also, too, Brian, there's a difference between where you would stack a guy and where you're happy taking somebody.
Yeah.
On my personal board, we can have a player somewhere, but if we in a war room and they say, hey, y'all, I know y'all got Lewis lower, but we thinking about taking him at 39.
Yeah.
He ain't that high on my board.
Yeah.
I love the player so much.
Yeah.
If I lose the debate, I still like having Kyle Lewis.
Yeah.
And I don't mind taking him at 39. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's,
yeah, no, I thought it was really, it made me think again about, because I will restack, but it made me think there's certain players on my board as it sits right now that are probably too low and some that are probably too high. Yeah. They'll get to a point where I'm like, this guy's too high, or this guy is not in the right spot to where I would absolutely take him.
Voch hates Jacob Rodriguez.
No, I don't. No, I don't think that's
Brian,
the case at all.
Brian, that's what they're gonna say. Or, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. That's sarcasm. It's not my favorite one. Oh, Voch, you're gonna be so wrong about Jacob Rodriguez.
There's a lot of love for that guy.
Oh, that's my favorite. I hate that one. I can't stand when they do that one. Oh goodness. Like I'm out here saying he's gonna be trash in the league or something.
No, I think you have him in the right spot. I really do.
Brian, I had a question for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
you good?
deterred you on that.
No, don't worry. No, you did great. You set me up to come out here and fight.
I didn't mean to get clipped.
No, it's fine. It's part of the content game.
Yeah.
Can't nobody hurt me, Brian.
Yeah.
I actually want to save that question for tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I think it'll be fascinating putting that question in between the batch of players that we have today and the batch of players that we have Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that question. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to paste it right there because we do have 5 guys today, but I do think it's a fascinating question. That's worth talking about. Brian, we got 2 4s, 2 5s, and an extra. Me and you talked pre-show about this. And I'm glad we. I
got a big question about one of my 4s.
Of course,
and I'm not sure I have him in the right spot.
And I'm too good though, Brian.
I want you to. Bill, you might not like this guy like I do, but
I bet we're on the same page. But we'll talk. We'll talk.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm still grateful that we're finding 4s at this point in our process.
I am too. Yeah.
It makes me appreciate going away from the PFF board for a second.
You did a good job of pivoting that thing.
Get off the PFF board for a second because they still got LT Overton too high for me. I don't know where they got him, but they still got him up there. But just go and see what some of the pundits are saying, what some of the people are saying.
30 visit guys, maybe.
30 visit guys. When people come on Twitter and they be like, hey, man, y'all way too low on XYZ.
Right.
That made me kind of.
Appreciate that, too.
Yeah. That makes me kind of move around and watch some of these guys, right? So, Brian, let's talk about. So you got 1 extra, right?
Yeah, I do.
Who is your extra? I got Zxavian Harris, the D lineman from Ole Miss. He's my extra.
This is the one I had the question on.
And he's one of your 4s?
He's one of my 4s.
Goodness, we about to talk. Okay, so I got an extra on Harris.
I've got Davis, my extra's Davis, the corner from Washington.
He's your extra?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Extra on. I got a 4 on him. Okay, so I assume your 5s are Virgil and Crownover?
Yes.
So we both love Landon Robinson?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we're there. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for y'all be like, Voch and Bryan don't disagree.
Yeah.
I'd be damned. We all over the place on this one. We both love Landon.
And I'll tell you real quick if I could do Harris from Mississippi.
Do Harris right now. Let's
okay.
So we got Zxavian Harris, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
D-line, go.
See, I don't know whether to play him at end or play him at nose. I think there's something, and I say end, and this is where this is where, to me, I could be dead balls wrong about a guy.
There's a Wednesday guy that also falls in that category, but please go ahead.
Yeah. So to me, this is where when I look at Harris, let me get to him real quick on my thing. The size is intriguing at 6'8", 330 pounds. I'm watching him play nose. I'm watching him play 3. I'm watching him play 5. I'm watching him kind of get some pressure on the edge and kind of run through some people and stuff like that. I think scouts like myself,
because of the size, they're going to want to force him in A-gap, but that's not who he is for real?
I don't think. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think people are going to be able to pass on his side. Now, there's a question about this kid. He might not get drafted.
Okay.
He might not get drafted.
On field stuff?
He's got a domestic violence thing against him. Okay. He's got a DUI thing that he's also had to deal with, DWI thing. Okay. But I'm just saying, I had him in the 4s. I could be talked into dropping this guy.
Okay.
I can be.
Okay.
I see a disrupted guy, a very disruptive guy.
You can be sometimes.
Yeah. And to me, the thing that is interesting is, like, I do see the pocket push. I do see some hand use. I do see all the positions. I think he might be a nose tackle. I think he might be an end. I think that, to me, this size with the combination of the length and the power are going to draw people in about the player, because he could create some separation with the way he plays. I see him, like, when they try and block back on him, he could get away from that. The guy's got some ability, for as big as he is, to kind of move around. I like the way that he moves. I like the way he uses his hands. I like the length. I like the size about him. I like the fact that he can play a lot of different positions. I'm not sure what position that is, and I might have him too high because of that. And we also, like I said, the domestic violence thing might just kick him to the curb. Yeah. So those are all things. I did put him in the 4. I could be talked in or out of this guy, but I wanted to make sure I put him in a spot where you and I would talk about him. You got him in the extras because you don't think he can move well, I'm sure.
Off the field issues aside.
Okay.
We just talking about him on the field right now.
Yeah.
I grade defensive tackles. I'm very strict on tackles, by the way.
Yeah.
If it's 2 positions I'm incredibly strict on, it's O-line and D-line. Because I feel like you just can't come into the league and be big and strong.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Bryan, I don't think he know how to play football just yet. He got all the measurables you want, though.
Right.
What, he like 6'8", 330 or something?
6'8", 330 is what he is.
Stupid.
Yeah.
And I think he moves around well for his size.
Right.
I think he can be disruptive.
Right.
You know, he gets upfield and do all that kind of stuff. This is the issue, Bryan. And when we get to Cape Heart on Wednesday, same problem right now. Size-wise, he should be an A-gap.
Right.
For how he's built and going to play, I don't think he's going to be taking doubles well because he's so high.
He's tall.
He's so tall.
Yeah.
And he don't have natural knee bend neither. So a lot of the times he's coming out of his stance, he's just up. So when he gets doubled, Bryan, he get moved around a good bit.
Sure.
So the weight puts him in A-gap. His height and arm length
puts him outside.
He would be better outside.
Yeah, that's kind of where I would see. Yeah.
But then the problem with that is, Bryan, you are correct. He does kind of get upfield and kind of do that thing.
He'd be disruptive.
I don't think you can do that on the next level. I don't think you could just stand up in your stance, chest out, and just run upfield and beat somebody.
Yeah.
He does use his hands in a reactionary, I'm playing kind of way. I'm playing football kind of way. I don't think he's doing it purposefully. I don't think he's doing
So he didn't have a purpose.
I don't think he's doing it with purpose. I think he may accidentally use his hand.
Yeah.
Like if somebody pushes him, he may accidentally extend on somebody, and he got long arms and he's strong.
Yeah.
I won't take that from him.
Right.
But he's not a guy that goes, I'm being down blocked. Let me angle my extension now.
Yeah.
Find the ball, fight on the opposite side of the down block, and go to. He's not that guy.
Yeah.
Bryan, they probably trapped him 8 times.
Yeah.
He got trapped every time. Bryan.
Well, the awareness part of it, yeah, I agree on that.
Every time they ran trap at him, they trapped him every time. He ain't like one of these other cats. Let me give you a good example. Give me 30 seconds. He ain't like Rashawn Benny or something, or like
no.
Or like our guy Chris McClellan from Missouri.
Okay, well, what about if you were to, say you were to play him at the 1 or play him at the nose?
Okay.
Cordelone from Cincinnati.
Yes, sir.
Jackson, Florida State.
Yes, sir.
Orange.
I think they all play one tech better than him.
Okay.
And it could because of the height.
Yeah.
A big part about one
we
tech.
talked about Regis.
We talked about Regis is great at this thing.
Yeah.
Because he gets low
and
he stops those dudes from moving them.
Right.
So if K-Par is going to be I said K-Par, he's Wednesday. If
Harris,
Zxavian Harris, Ole Miss, if Harris is going to be a gap guy and he gets doubled, the first thing that you learn is make a pile, create a disruption, take a knee, get low. He goes backwards because he's tall.
Yeah.
So he has to be a pass rushy kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he has all the athleticism and all the tools to be pass rush guy. So now I need a coach to come in here and fix him.
Right.
I don't be dealing with guys that got to be fixed like that, Bryan. You know what I mean? On that level. So even if I put him at defensive end, he's comparable to like Sapp or something from Florida.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So just based on him not knowing how to play football for real, Bryan.
See, this is where that's the scout in me. That
super raw.
Yeah,
super raw.
That's kind of where I'm thinking about. But I came into this, I was watching him play, and I'm thinking 4th round for me was always about measurables and traits.
Sure.
And that's when all of a sudden I reverted back to the way you described the player is absolutely right.
Yeah.
The things I saw is some of the movement, the size, things like that. In a room, I would absolutely lose. I was leaking confidence so bad talking about this player.
Yeah.
You know, but I was sitting.
He's a weird combination.
I totally in a discussion in a group of scouts talking about the player.
Sure.
I could see me being the top guy and 2 other guys saying, "No, he's like what you said."
Because look,
I was looking for a reason. Yeah. I'm looking for a reason. I was hopeful that you would tell me he's a 4th round player.
Yeah.
But the way you were describing him, and I always say, hey, trust your eyes. Mm-hmm. I see this player, the way he moves and the size.
He can be great, yeah.
And I see all that, and that's always been kind of a 4th round guy to me. Yeah. But I could also see exactly some of the things that you're talking about there.
This is the problem, for example.
Yeah.
Brandon Cleveland, I have a 4th rounder on him.
Yeah.
When he's taking double teams, Bryan, they don't move him.
No, they don't.
He pad level low. He knows exactly what to do. Like, he knows how to play one tech. He got a black belt in one tech.
Yeah.
Orange, Keenan, they got black belts in being noses.
I agree with you.
You feel me?
I agree. Yeah. To me, when I was studying this player, I'm like, man, I'm gonna put him here, and I'm gonna see. And in the discussion, like I said, in a war room setting, I would be the highest guy, but I didn't have the confidence in the player. I had the confidence in the size and the strength. I didn't have the confidence in the other parts of it. And I think he's probably closer to where you have him in the board than where I had him in the 4th round.
Yeah, but if he's trouble guy, he ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're dealing with the domestic violence, and you're dealing with also some alcohol stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so we have a fascinating day here, Bryan. We have a fascinating day. Tell me about Davis, the cornerback from Washington, Tacario Davis. I got a 4 on him. Bryan got an extra. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I do. And let me get to him if I could here.
Mind you, this is a year, while you're looking for him, this is a year where wide receiver and corner, we've watched so many of them, Bryan.
Yeah.
I at first, I was to a point where I was sick of watching them, but we keep finding guys I like.
Yeah.
We just keep finding wide receivers and corners I like. Please go ahead.
Yeah, this kid's transferred from Arizona, and he is very tall. He is 6'4". He's 196 pounds. He does have a lot of length to him, and when you watch him play, you could see him use that. I think that he's able to kind of The thing that I really liked about him, though, I think he's got the speed. I think he's got the ability when you start to watch him play in transition a little bit with this guy. I think that those are some positive things, but I've seen people get by this guy, and I think he's a very grabby player. I think he really struggles when he plays off coverage. I don't think he particularly mirrors and turns with receivers. You put him up on a receiver, he's got a better shot of making plays. But when you watch him play in as much zone coverage as the Cowboys might play, if they were to draft this guy, I think that it would be a little bit of a problem for him. He plays really tall. There's times where the routes will go inside. He doesn't always carry the routes. You'll see him throw the ball down the field on the outs. You'll see him throw the ball on the fades. You'll see him he'll be in the area, and this is always one of those things. He's a guy that claps after every play. You know me and my clappers guy. It's always like after every play, he's clapping okay, I should have made that play. Should have made that play. I said about the grabby part about it. I think his eye discipline needs to improve. I think there's a little bit of a lack of awareness in the way that things are going on about him, the way he plays. I just think that he needs to address the tracking and the things like that. I love the length. I love how tall he is. I think the speed is a 4.41. I think that's legitimate. I think there's some quickness there. But his overall technique to me just leads like a guy that's always going to kind of look really pretty and not make enough plays for you. So I put him in the extras there.
Tell you what, Brian. You don't like grabby guys.
I do not like the grabby guy.
I've learned that about you. You don't like you would prefer your corners to be a little more technically savvy.
Yeah.
I feel you. But Brian, I don't particularly care about grabby guys in that way. Because the league letting them do it now. You know what I mean? I have a ton of respect for anybody that's a press man corner.
Yep.
I got a ton of respect if you got size. And if you got size and you can run with your size, chef's kiss. Now, Brian, this is where I'm not going to argue with you about you putting them in the extras.
Yeah.
Because corner is generally what you like more.
Right.
And you are right. If he comes to the Cowboys and he got to play a whole bunch of zone, he wouldn't be good here.
Yeah.
But if you're a team that's going to be playing press man,
and we're talking about the league.
We're talking about everybody.
We're talking about the league. That's fair.
If you looking for somebody that's going to play press man, which is my favorite type of coverage, I value press man guys over pure zone corners, corners that's better at zone, because I think that press man is tougher. I think you can learn to be a good zone guy, and plus a lot of this zone stuff, like match coverage, is zone until it ain't, and then it's man.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what I mean. So if you can man cover, good to go. If it all fails, Brian, go play cover 3, Brian. Hey, Brian, somebody tall that can run like this,
sure.
bring it back to the sideline and go run.
Yeah.
But Brian, press corner, I think he's super physical. You word it as grabby. You ain't wrong.
Yeah.
He can be grabby. I word it as physical. I think he does have closing speed. I think his length bails him out. If people happen to run past him, the length is his way out of things.
Right.
Just like when we talk about offensive linemen all the time, right? If somebody can beat you, they can beat you to your landmark, and they got you running the arc. If you got length, you can get bailed out.
Yeah.
I think the same thing kind of works with corners in that way. I don't think he gives his wide receivers a whole bunch of room to work because he's so long.
Sure.
Right? So if he's pressing, and mind you, he can press you from Delaware, you know what I'm saying? You may beat him off the line technically.
Yeah.
Or you might beat him with speed, but you're not leaving him because he's right there. And if you do leave him, because sometimes he'll get left, he recovers well because he's fast and he's long. Vertical routes, you ain't wrong. Teams do get behind him.
Yeah.
But if I'm a team playing a whole bunch of cover 2, cover 4, it don't even matter.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That don't matter. So it just depends on what you like. What I like is I'm always have a safety helping my corners or whatever. I love that he tackles, Brian. I love a tackling corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, he does have his times
where he just throw that body in there and then duck it. Yeah.
But Brian, that's corner.
Yeah.
Corners tackle like that.
Sure.
But for the most part, I do see him mixing it up, getting it. Like, he's not Genesis Smith out there.
Yeah.
Bullfighting. He ain't out there bullfighting like he's Genesis. I do believe, Brian, how I think about wide receivers in the league. A lot of them are going to be, bigger guys, you're not going to have a whole bunch of twitchy dudes out there all the time.
Yeah.
I think when he runs into twitchy, crafty route runners,
Yeah.
like double moves will get him, possibly. Yeah. But just versus the average receiver,
sure,
I think he's fine versus the average receiver.
Yeah.
And I think you can work on his like technical abilities and stuff. So basically how I got him, 4th round, these are my 4s.
Yeah.
Prysock, Dixon, Pons, Muhammad, and then I got Davis right there. But I got Davis better than Will Lee, Neal, and Demings.
Yeah. Okay. I got those guys above him. Of course I do. I like Prysock better. That's a teammate. That's a buddy of his who transferred with him from Arizona.
Nice.
I like Demings a lot.
So they both were at Arizona and they both went to Washington?
Yeah. Well, the coach went from Arizona to Washington.
Arizona could have had some damn.
Oh no,
they had a room, didn't they?
There's ways you could go back and
Prysock, Davis, Stooks, and Genesis. That's crazy.
They could have had it. I have Prysock at Washington over him. I have Demings over him. I do like Lee and Igbinosun and Dixon as well. So those are the guys that I have. But you're right. The grabby corner tends to bother me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like the offensive lineman that lacks strength.
Yeah.
It's when that's the hill I would tend to die on at times.
I was a Cowboy fan last year, and I saw corners grab us all day. Ain't nobody say nothing.
Nobody say a word.
He say nothing to us.
Maybe I need to change that thought for sure.
Let's talk about these 5s and save Robinson for last, since we both love him.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Reggie Virgil, the wide receiver from Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Got another big guy, or a tall guy.
Yeah.
He's more tall man than big man.
Yeah.
What we got him as 6'3", 180, so like slender, you know what I'm saying? But he is taller. I thought his catch radius was
It's stupid.
Stupid, bro. I was going to use the exact word stupid, so you've been hanging around me, Brian.
Yeah.
Tracks the ball well. I think most of his touchdowns came in the red zone.
Yeah.
Like he's a stud down there, Brian. As far as like finding the ball in the air, tracking it, late hands, boxing guys out, positioning the body and all this kind of stuff, going up and get it. He's really good there. Texas Tech pissed me off a little bit. Texas Tech pissed me off a little bit because as big as he is, Brian, he run hitches.
Yeah.
Various lengths of fades. So it could be a short fade, it'd be a longer fade, whatever. But he's good at catching the fades. And they had his tall ass catching bubbles too, Brian. Bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, dog. What we doing? Brian, I would say for a tall, don't turn all that well guy, he was a pretty decent yak dude.
Yeah.
So him getting the ball in his hands, something short. I wish they ran more routes for him because I would love to
more
know,
simple routes. Just simple routes.
Yeah, like run outs with him.
Yeah.
I would love to know what his crosses are like,
Yeah.
you know, what the mesh concepts are like.
Sure.
I think he'll be a really good like dig guy because he catches the ball with his hands really. He has some drops.
Yep.
Yeah, some drops, but for the most part, when he was catching his hand, I think he sees and catches the ball well. I would have loved to see him run more routes, but he got a black belt in them fades.
Yeah.
He runs hitches, but when he runs hitches, he stops, so people tackle him right there.
Yeah.
And off the bubbles, you see him kind of get away from people. I wouldn't say he got long speed or anything like that. And so there's his questions there. Play calling was weird, but I also felt like the quarterback was late.
Yeah, they went through some quarterbacks last year.
Hey, we didn't watch we didn't watch Tech's quarterback. Quarterback week.
No. This was they went through some quarterbacks. They were struggling a little bit with some health issues over there.
Okay, but I felt like whenever he would flash open, the quarterback wouldn't hit him.
Right.
And he'll run some more, and then a quarterback will throw it, and he'll catch it, but he gets tackled.
Right.
Because the defense has adjusted now. And I'm thinking, like, man, maybe if he got it on him a little early, he'll have a little more room to work. But, you know, if you want to lean on anything, red zone guy, back shoulder guy, catch radius guy, that's kind of going to be where he wins, you know, where he wins most of his fights. Now, Brian, I got him after Malachi Fields.
Okay, I was going to ask you if you just could stack your tall guys. I got Hurst, Fields, Virgil.
So just these guys?
Yeah, just the tall guys. Just those three tall guys.
Hurst, Fields,
Virgil. Because those are all like those 6'3", 6'4" guys.
Ted Hurst, okay, from Georgia
State.
Okay, so how I got it ranked is I got Hurst in the 4th round.
Yeah.
Fields in the 5th round.
Okay.
And then I got Virgil after Fields.
So that's how I would do it too. Hurst, Fields, Virgil. Okay.
I feel like Hurst much better route runner.
Yeah.
I think he ran better than both of them. The competition not as good, so that matters. I feel like Fields didn't have the downfield. He didn't have speed, but I think Fields did vertical stuff better than Virgil. And then Virgil, I just got him doing things worse than all of them. But I got Lane from USC. We watched him a long time ago. Lane's also a tall guy.
Right.
I got Lane over Hurst, but we watched Lane
a long time ago,
a while ago. But but he's another tall guy.
I should have put them all together for you there. I just had them higher. I had those guys higher than I had. So I wanted to make sure we're with Fields and stuff like that.
Yeah. Reggie Virgil, go ahead.
I think you got this player absolutely right. I think to me, like you say, you get a little frustrated watching. I think he can be a better route runner. There's some times you see him kind of round some things, some at the top, some breaks and stuff like that. But overall, this guy catches everything. I mean, you could throw the ball at him anywhere and he's going to catch the football. I could see this guy coming in and being like a 4, and then all of a sudden kind of working his way after he's catching all these balls and making plays. He's a 3. I don't think he'll ever be a 2. I've got him in the 5th round. The thing that I really like about him is how competitive he really is.
Yeah.
And you see him. He was a transfer from Miami, Ohio, so it was a little bit of a jump from the MAC to what he was dealing with the Big 12. But man, this guy he's got the ability to add yards. You mentioned, I think, catch the ball, add yards after catch. He's got that slippery element to his game. He's not going to kill you with how fast he runs. I believe at the combine he was a 4.57 is where he was at. So you're kind of getting a guy that he is who he is when it comes to his speed.
Yeah.
But as far as the routes that he can, I think he could be a better route runner because I think he knows how to escape at the line of scrimmage.
Sure.
So that with his ability to catch the football, with his ability to run after catch, I think that someone's going to take an opportunity with this guy, and because of his size, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I have a 5 on him, and there was news that the Cowboys are interested in him. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to go ahead and take Crownover too, Brian. He's another 5. We're going to go ahead and get him out the way, and then we're just going to smile all day talking about Landon Robinson, and we'll kind of talk about him and what his size means. But right now, Dametrious Crownover there. We got some content over there.
Yeah.
Dametrious Crownover here from Texas A&M offensive tackle. Brian, this is listen, man. This ain't the most beautiful offensive tackle class.
No.
It ain't the best. It is what it is.
It would scare me to death if I had to draft one other than the guy. Well, I think my guy at Arizona State and the guy at Miami are my 2 favorite ones.
This tackle class, it kind of make you grateful for Guyton and Terrence Steele a little bit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But Brian, I think he has incredible physical traits.
Yeah.
But him having a lack of technique, it won't allow him to use those physical traits.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
Great build. Okay, you know how you watch
6'7", 319.
Ridiculous. You know how you watch corners and you don't like grabby
guys, yeah.
As an offensive line dude, I hate catchers, man.
This guy's a catcher.
I hate catchers, man. I think if he learns how to have violent hands, if he learns where to put those hands, how to fire off his stance and lay into somebody,
right?
I think he can mirror well. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The athletic part's not the problem with this guy.
He's got decent feet. He can reach who he wants to reach, Brian. It's just that once he get there, how much you weigh? 319.
319.
You don't see none of that 319, Brian.
Nope, you didn't.
As an offensive lineman, you have to bring your base with you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're attacking somebody, you got to bring your base with you. I think he's always leaning forward.
Yep.
And his hands are always flopping and flapping like he's swimming.
Lot outside the framework of the body for sure.
Like he's swimming. Brian, I saw Reuben Bain have a day with him.
Yeah.
I be watching National Geographic, Brian, and sometimes this is what I learned, Brian. I thought that these predatory animals like these lions, I thought that they killed everything that they saw. Yeah. I saw this video. One time I saw a lion had this little whatever it was, and he didn't even eat it. He was just playing around with it. Like, bro, I could kill you, but I'm not. Yeah. And then he just killed him. Yeah. That was Reuben Bain versus Crownover. Bain was just kind of, this is what I can do. Yeah. I'm setting you up. Oh, we're in a close game. Let me keep setting you up. End of the game. Yeah. Got him up out of there, Brian. Yeah. I think Crownover, sometimes his hands don't fire up at all.
They don't.
Sometimes they end up on the back like he's giving him a hug, Brian. Mm-hmm. He doesn't rip his hands when he's outside zoning, Brian. He doesn't make a defensive player have to replace.
Right.
He doesn't make somebody have to replace. Like if somebody get hands on, you can always bat hands down.
Right.
You can always swipe hands off you and replace. If you get his chest, he'll let you keep his chest.
Yeah.
On top of not bring, even in the run game, Brian, he'll do a beautiful job getting to his destination. It should be in the extras how I'm talking about him.
Yeah.
He does a beautiful job getting to his destination. Mm-hmm. He doesn't sustain blocks at all because he's not running his feet. He's not violently running his feet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, Crownover. And Brian, then he's so high. He already tall.
Yeah.
But you can't play tackle, be tall, and not have knee bend. It's just not. It's not good for you at all.
This guy is a traits-based.
Go ahead, please,
player.
Crownover.
I mean,
go ahead.
he really is. I mean,
I'm moving him to the extras now that I talk about it.
the length and athletic ability and stuff like that. I mean, you're absolutely right. The technique, the fundamentals, those things they all need work on that. He was a converted tight end. He was a tight end in 2022, and they've made him an offensive tackle. But his pad level is high. He doesn't have the drive power. Voch talked about that. He is light on his feet when you watch him play. And then, the pass set and all that. And then he gets to a point in time where all of a sudden his footwork becomes really erratic. And now he's kind of all over the place. And now he's leaning, his feet are bad. He's got his hands outside the framework. It's kind of a little bit of a problem for him. So I kind of feel like though that this is again, we're into that mode where someone's going to look at the player and they're going to say, oh, he's 6'7", he's 319 pounds. This is, like I say, this is all about traits. Can somebody get his hands and his feet to work together along with the athletic ability? I don't know if he'll ever be really strong enough to just drive people off the ball, but if he does figure that out, because there's times where you see him take on guys and kind of mirror and hold them in place and do what you have to do. That part of it's really cool. This guy probably might not ever be a starter. This might be a guy that's always kind of a swing tackle with a team. Maybe he's the 9th, 10th guy on the roster when it comes to that, and then you just work with him that way. I put him in the 5th. The size, the length, the athletic ability. Voch, you say coaching. What's coaching for? Yeah. This is what's coaching for with this guy right here. I think somebody's going to sit there in day 3 and say, maybe, and you saw some decent reps at the Senior Bowl, I remember, but not to the point when you watch every down after down after down, Miami, Auburn, LSU, you watch these teams, they gave him problems in a lot of ways. Sometimes guys ran right by him, he just laid out of his stance. So I have him in the 5th round. And I'm going to kind of keep him in that spot with some of the other tackles. I just think that some of the other tackles, when we've talked about Davis, we've talked about Shelton, Barber, those guys are athletes. I kind of feel like this guy is a little bit in that kind of that mode of the athletic tackle. But I just think because of his size, I think this guy's a little bit better than those guys. I have him ahead of those particular players.
I saw this post. It was when Cass was out there working out, and this was like when Bend Gate was going on. That's why I call it Bend Gate. When it was like, Arvell Reese ain't bendy was going on. It was when Bane was bending like a mug, and Arvell wasn't bending very well at all.
Yeah.
Somebody posted this video. It was like a picture or something. Oh, here's Landon Robinson, the D lineman from Navy. Look how bendy he is. And I was like, all right.
Saw him at the East-West game.
I ain't know nothing about Landon Robinson. That's why we looking at each other like this, because I don't know Landon Robinson.
Yeah.
Right. He wasn't a combine guy neither, huh?
No.
Combine just slipping. What the hell?
Can't measure arms and can't.
What's going on with these people? And he's a senior. Was he at the Senior Bowl?
He was East-West.
Drew. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I thought we was looking.
Yeah.
All right. Bruh. Landon Robinson's so nice, man.
He's a good player.
Oh, Brad. The only thing keeping me, I got him in the 4th.
I do too.
The only thing keeping me from putting him in the 2nd is he went and played Notre Dame and he had a rough day against them boys.
Yeah, but he had a couple of moments.
Pardon me, he had a rough day rushing the passer in Notre Dame.
They're big guys.
He had a good run day over there, which is shocking because you would think he'd have a better passing day versus bigger dudes, but he was good versus running Notre Dame. But they got up on him. They got up on him a little bit. But Brian, all these other games though, I probably watched 6 games of this dude.
Oh, he's fun to watch.
He's so fun to watch, Brian. I've been talking a lot, man. I kind of want to let you get him.
Okay.
Go ahead, please, Brian, and I'll just end it off. He's so fantastic.
I appreciate that.
He ain't Aaron Donald, by the way, right? Let me just say this. He's not Aaron Donald. But that little motherfucker look like him, don't it, Brian?
He does. And when you start to look at like the height and what you're dealing with here, I mean, he's right at 6 foot and the first thing I thought of when I saw him play, 6 foot 287. The first thing I thought of was my guy up at the Rams, Les Snead. Les loves guys like this. Yeah. Short, kind of, but explosive.
Where'd our center go? Our short center from last year. Where'd he go? He went to the Rams, I believe.
Yeah, Les will take short players. Les's defensive linemen are always
North Carolina. I forgot, but the 5'11" center we had last year.
Oh yeah, I know.
Undrafted.
Yeah,
but please go ahead.
But yeah, so what was that guy's name? I can't remember. I can't remember names. You can look it up. But this guy's got exceptional leverage. He's got a very quick first step. I mean, there's some violence to the game, the way he plays the game. I mean, he lacks traditional size. We've talked about others that are much bigger. But, man, you watch him and the way
Willie Lampkin.
I
love Willie Lampkin. But go ahead.
I should know. Willie Lampkin's a good name. You should never forget Willie Lampkin. But like I say, this guy plays the game extremely hard. He can be a hard guy to block when he's on the move, and they do this quite a bit at the Naval Academy. They don't let him be stationary. They'll move him like when it's a snap. He's overlapping, he's folding, he's doing what he has to do to disrupt the blocking scheme. I love the way he's always attacking the blocker. He can be a hard guy to move, as I said. When he gets in position, he can finish. I've seen him get in the backfield before and reach back and pull a guy down with one hand. I mean, he's extremely strong. He wins with quickness. Right off the snap. Blockers have a problem with him. They just can't get their hands on him. And so because of the way he's always moving and that, he just doesn't give you anything to hit. Usually there's these blockers have a hitting surface. This guy gets small, he gets turned, he gets upfield. He's just never going to let you get your hands on him. He gets pressures, he gets tackles for loss. He's in the backfield quite a bit. I mean, he lives in the backfield when you watch the tape. I really like this guy a lot. The size is crazy, or lack of, but when you watch the tape, it is play after play after play. He's got that kind of spirit. Of course, he's at the Naval Academy. You have to have it. It doesn't get any more difficult than those service academies of having to play football and then have your classroom duty, your duty to the group as well that you have to go through. This kid's been through a lot just to get through that point of it. I could absolutely see this guy getting picked in the 4th round. And I mentioned Les Snead. Les is one of these guys that seems to find that shorter kind of defensive lineman. I'm not just saying that because of Aaron Donald, but he tends to find these guys that are disruptive and play that way. I wouldn't be surprised if Landon Robinson is one of those guys that ends up with a team because, like I say, the size is not traditional, but the way he plays is like he's a 312-pound guy that's 6'4". I mean, he is getting after it. I love the player. Like I said, I got him in the 4th round.
I got a 4th round grade on him, but Brian, the league ain't gonna take him to the 7th.
No, I know.
The league might not draft him, Brian.
I tell you what, I have him behind Proctor from our guy from Southeast Louisiana. I have him behind Proctor, but I put him ahead of Durant from Penn State, who's a much bigger player. But see, like I say, do you have Benny? Where do you have Benny and those guys? Do you have Benny above this guy?
So I got those 4 guys all in the same spot.
Yeah.
4th round. I got Benny first, then Durant, Proctor, Robinson.
Okay.
I just think they did it versus better dudes more often.
Sure.
I think that's fair. But Brian, Landon Robinson, man, the league ain't gonna do right by him.
No.
He's gonna go 7th round or not get drafted at all. I hope I'm wrong about that. I got a 4 on him, bro.
Yeah, I do too.
His film is incredible. He gets upfield so quick.
Yeah.
He has violent hands, popping his hands, super disruptive, flies off the ball. I think he got a strong lower body.
He does.
Plays with leverage. And you would think of him, oh, well, because he's so, because he's small, he has to be an upfield pass rush guy. Bryan, like I said, the Notre Dame game, they dealt with his pass rushing pretty well. Right. But in the run department, when them big boys tried to lean on him,
they couldn't get him.
They couldn't.
Couldn't get him.
They couldn't because he plays with better leverage than them. You know what I'm saying? I think he's really good with the stunts and gap exchanges. He
stuff
really,
with movement.
He really gets it going with that, chasing guys down, Bryan. Like I said, his biggest competition was Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, just like with Proctor or whatever, I got Proctor ranked over him, though. Because when it came down to you may beat the hell out of everybody else.
Yeah.
And look, Landon whooped the Memphis and Air Force kids.
Yeah.
Whatever. But when you played your biggest game, what happened? Landon was fine in the run game versus Notre Dame. They took him away in the passing game.
Yeah.
Proctor beat the hell out of everybody. But when he
LSU and Louisiana Tech,
got to LSU,
he
fit in that game.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to put Proctor over Robinson.
Yeah.
And look, Proctor's a little bigger too, so they'll probably
6'2", 291,
They'll probably draft him just because of the 2 inches taller.
Yeah.
Teams suck at this, Bryan. But him being kind of small and not really doing it versus the best competition like that was my biggest knock on him.
Yeah.
But just in terms of the film, I can see his film. I've seen him play good guards before.
Yeah.
He just doesn't do it a whole bunch compared to like Benny and Durant, they playing tough to play a guard city. You know what I'm saying? They in the Big Ten over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they got good guards on the bad teams.
Yeah.
Like we got Iowa guys coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like in our draft evaluation, whatever. They've run into much more competition though.
I kind of feel like with Robinson and Proctor though, both. I think being disruptive.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen. We could talk about the competition stuff, and I don't think you're wrong, but man, I just feel like to me when you talk about Durant's not always on the other side of the ball. Proctor and Robinson and those guys are, and maybe it is something to do with who they're playing, but. I'm going to take a chance. If I'm sitting in the 4th round,
I don't hate what you're saying.
And I'm looking at, I'm like, it's all about the traits and stuff like that. Give me disruptive guys that get up the field and find a way to win one-on-one matchups. And I think both those guys do that well.
All these guys win different. And look, you're not wrong. Like Durant may not be pushing bodies backwards.
He's a bigger guy, and he's played in the Big Ten.
He'll quickly get behind somebody. Though,
yeah. I understand.
But Robinson will push people around. Yeah. I don't want Robinson taking double teams though. To where I think Benny can't the
leverage that Robinson plays with is pretty impressive though. He sits down and that he knows how to split some double teams though too.
But I am glad that we're in alignment that Robinson's probably the best.
Well, I appreciate your help on Harris because I didn't have a good handle on Harris. I really didn't. That was a bad evaluation.
Bryan, I know you have an article of clothing.
I do. I appreciate this. We got the limited edition, and they're going fast, folks. They really are. My old saying, the NFL is a strange lady. This is something you could see on the website. We're down to 19 days on that. It's limited edition. You could get the hoodie. You could get the T-shirt. We got it in a couple different colors. We've also got all our merchandise up there. I know our stack notebooks are going really well. Appreciate that. Hats, hoodies, all that stuff. But make sure if you can and you want to, because when at the end of the month, the NFL Strange Lady T-shirt, it will no longer be available.
And that's your baby. You've been saying this since I was born. You know what I mean?
This is something that like when I would go on post game shows and you're trying to describe how the Cowboys won today.
Yeah.
And I would say the NFL is a strange lady.
Yeah.
Because they had
no business.
They had no business getting the watermelon kick against Atlanta and winning that game, Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Appreciate you. Yeah, so please.
That's on crownglobalmedia.com. You can go and get all that stuff.
We are only running that to the end of draft.
Yep, that's it.
When the draft is over, don't come up here talking about we're
going to get more shirts. No,
we're not going to run the shirts back. But we appreciate y'all tapping in with us. We love y'all to pieces. And like Brian said, go look at all the merches. You can still go get hoodies and shirts with whatever logo you want on there. So go over there and knock yourself out. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna come in here tomorrow. Brian's gonna have some questions for us.
I will.
I'll have some for him. We'll back and forth about that a little bit. We'll watch some more film the rest of the week. We're nearing the end of this thing. I saw somebody on Twitter. It was like, y'all doing Draft 101 this year? We don't know. We don't know. They'll let us know 2 days before, and I'll decide if I want to do it then. But you know what I'm saying. So just keep your eyes open. But we're towards the end. Do you want to kind of tell the people what the draft day plans are? Because people been asking.
Yeah, but from what I'm understanding, you and I are involved with. You're involved with DallasCowboys.com. I'm involved with 105.3 The Fan. So we will have the draft coverage. So myself, Zach Wolchuk, will be back with Voch over on the draft show. So we'll be doing that for 105.3 The Fan and DallasCowboys.com. What I plan on doing for us is that we're going to have some pre-draft coverage, and then we'll have some post-draft coverage as well. So we'll have this thing covered up for you. Once the draft goes off, we'll be able to analyze what happened and then maybe give you a little preview of what we're hearing for the start for the next day. So that's what we got going on Crown Global Media, but Vachi and I will be over there with the folks at DallasCowboys.com and 105.3 The Fan. Boy, it'd be the cast of thousands over there. We got 7 or 8 guys over there doing this.
Yeah, I already talked to Derek. I'm gonna be moving around.
A lot of moving around going on.
I'll be I'm gonna try to do some TV as well.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And y'all know I gotta do Voch. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tapping in. We're gonna get back to y'all on that. Go in the comments and let us know what y'all think of, because I'm mad at y'all. Put me on one of these. Put me on whichever one you want. Put me on one. I'm kind of mad at y'all because y'all was like, Voch, you need to go watch Dametrious Crownover. Voch, you need to watch Reggie Virgil. I'm like, man, nobody said, Voch, you need to go watch Landon Robinson or you have to do XYZ. I'm kind of upset with y'all. Y'all will lead us astray if I let you. They slipping, Brian. If I let you, but I'm not gonna let y'all lead us astray here. I appreciate y'all. He's Crown Global Media on Twitter, and I'm Voch Lombardi. We'll catch y'all next time. Crown.